comes out of more feedback that we get from you guys. We're doing like a player survey every season. The last
make sure to do that.
Where we ask you specifically,
let your voice be heard.
What is frustrating, what is fair, what do you like, what you don't like.
I just hate Jorms.
And a lot of what you'll see in this particular patch is meant to address high frustration elements, properties on characters, as well as characters specifically. So we're going to see, hey, there's going to be uninterruptible stance nerfs. There's going to be stamina nerfs. Those are probably the top two things we'll see.
Sweet. So let's dive right in then.
Perfect.
Cool. Let's hit it. Jorm. Uninterruptible stance. You're going to see top heavy opener.
Let's go.
Stance now starts at 600, was 400, and sides will now be 500. So this means
those white parries.
If he's trying to feint, if he's trying to parry,
reduce. Oh man, nice.
And he's right or he's wrong, blah blah blah. There's going to be a little less leniency towards the Jormungandr in those states.
Perfect.
Also, slightly later is a little more in line with a character like Warlord. So as you can see from Warlord, post our previous testing grounds, Warlord's become fairly meta, let's say.
Yeah.
I don't think this will be atrocious to Jorm players.
It's just a delayed lights.
Much more fair for everybody else. And Serpent Smite, which is dodge forward heavy, is going to be much later. Again, much more in line with Warlord timings than it was on live. Stamina damage and regeneration pause. This is also identified as a big element of frustration for characters. We've reduced the stamina damage done by the light opener, light finisher, and the guard break melee, while reducing the regeneration pause of all four of the melees on this character. Cool. Let's keep going. Finishers, light and melee finishers are now going to be frame disadvantaged. Light spam was the other complaint you'd see in some of these surveys.
Heavy finisher GB now can
is that if Jormungandr goes light and you get hit or block or whatever, if Jorm then tries to start up another chain and you try to start up your light chain will outrun theirs. So it will no longer be Jorm.
So it's my turn to fight?
It's going to be Jorm, you. That's the idea.
Perfect.
So don't be afraid to press buttons against Jorm anymore.
It's just my stamina.
So for that part, sorry to interrupt. So so that happens if it's confirmed, or just like no matter what, like if it's blocked, confirmed.
Basically in all situations. Same with melee finishers. Even if that hits, you're going to be the first one to act after that.
Nice. I'll take that. I wanted that.
We've made slight timing adjustments that allow a little more ease of parry of the light finisher as well. So generally, you're going to have a couple more options when you're faced with that second attack from the Jorm. At the same time, the benefit that we're going to give Jorm here is the heavy to heavy finisher guard break actually now can work. Before you could roll it for free, and that's no longer going to be the case. So it should be cool.
Oh my goodness.
Hitokiri, same deal basically as Jorm here. Uninterruptible stance and the light finishers are usually the pieces called out on this character.
Oh my goodness.
So specifically, we're going to remove the uncharged heavy opener's uninterruptible stance. It's no longer going to have armor, basically.
Oh, nice.
Fully charged. And that's
you don't have hyper armor. So that's awesome.
Sad days for Heavy on Red fans, but good days for everybody else. And then sweep, we're going to slightly make the uninterruptible stance a bit later as well. Again, this will be more in line with Warden timings that seem fair to me.
Yeah.
Light finishers, same deal as Jorm. More or less same deal as Jorm, let's say. The difference is they will no longer be enhanced. So that means if you block, it will actually stop.
Nice.
The Hitokiri.
Wow.
That should be cool.
I am on board.
And we slightly adjusted timings so that it is a little easier to dodge or to parry the light finisher as well. So the expectation is to see less heavy on red and less light spam problems. Finally, the fun one. Who wants to pronounce this one? We've tried.
I can't. Nope.
Senbonzakura. Terrible. That was terrible.
No, that was good.
That sounded right.
I'm gonna get roasted in the chat. I know for a fact. But let's go.
No. I think it's.
You know what? I appreciate it, guys.
That was
actually
wasn't that bad.
Zenbon Zakura.
That's a lot better. You see, it'll outshine me. But please go ahead.
It's way better than us. So yeah, we'll just move on. We'll call it tier 4 of the Hitokiri.
What everyone basically knows it as.
Exactly. We're switching it to a top unblockable attack.
You can parry it.
Therefore, it will auto parry instead of, the feel bad scenario of like I parry one character, but then Hitokiri kills me with the unblockable on the other side.
Wow. Well done.
Cool, I think.
That's very cool. Goki!
Shugoki. Same deal on the uninterruptible stance. Man, I wish there was a better name for uninterruptible stance. Put it in chat if you know what that is.
Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Light opener, we're going to make it a bit later to 300. It used to be 200. And the heavy opener, the uninterruptible stance will start at 433. Basically, same
heavy
deal as the other characters.
Charge.
We'll make it a little bit later. It's still going to be all right for Shugoki, but heavy on red, or light on red in this case, is going to be a little less powerful. And then heavy opener charge, it used to be immune to guard break while charging, which meant that you would bounce off him a little more. So it should be a little bit easier to deal with Shugoki. All right, JJ, little one, HP is going down to 140. This brings it in line with everybody else in the cast as a 140 max, except for the next guy, Lawbringer, who's also coming to 140, thankfully. And finally, 150 on this guy is also going to follow the normal binding rules. There are a number of scenarios that he would get the impale that other people would have bounced off.
Yeah, like if you GB someone, they can impale you, even if you counter.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh. There's a lot.
Okay, Nuxia, she gets a buff. Everyone else gets nerfed, but she gets
she gets a buff? Okay.
Tier 1 and Tier 4 feats. Small damage increase on her deadly duet.
I think you got it.
Duet?
Yeah, we'll go with duet.
We'll try that. Okay, cool. Yeah. And her Tier 4 feat, basically a variety of buffs. It's actually going to cause a light hit reaction now instead of no hit reaction. It's going to last her 10 seconds. It's going to deal 10 damage per tick instead of a weird variety of damages starting very low and working up to very high. Cooldown is going to be reduced as well. And although the radius will be slightly reduced, we're going to see a big visual feedback improvement on this one.
This is fun.
Feat. I really like it because it tries to control a fight without mass damage all at once, like a fire flask or something like that. So it's going to be exciting to see if people try this out and try to do some stuff with Nuxia. Finally, last one, Blackfriar, the Bulwark nerf, finally. Bulwark counter is only going to be allowed to counter attacks. Is no longer
the feats are amazing.
Feet traps.
The ladders.
Weird ragdoll body things. There's stuff about people using interactions like entering or exiting ladders.
It's so
no
funny.
Can you flip these people?
They can come up a ladder and you can flip them.
An attack that's incoming.
That makes perfect sense.